Hey everyone, let me know that you can see and hear me okay. This is a little new. So I'm actually on Zoom because I want to be able to share something with you guys. So let me know that you guys can see and hear me okay. Hey Gabrielle. And I am going to try to keep up on your guys' comments. Hey Amy. Hi Eleanor. Hi Sue. Awesome. Okay, guys, so please let me know that you can see and hear me okay. Hopefully my connection stays good enough for this. This is going to be really fun. I want to kind of share a little slideshow that I put together for you guys because I've been getting so many questions about diluting essential oils, how to dilute them, which essential oils to use, which carrier oils to use. I've been getting so many questions. So I am excited to get started. All right, I might actually even pull you guys up on my phone so I can see your guys' comments. Okay. Yes, this is way better. Okay. All right, so let me just pause this. Okay, who is ready to get started? Show me some hearts, some thumbs up if we are ready to go. And just so you guys know, it is good, like obviously take notes, whatever's going to help you, but this will be posted on our Facebook page after we're done. So just know that you don't have to take every single note down. I really want you guys to like focus and get all the information that you need. I'll try to answer some questions along the way here and there, but if at the end you still have a question and you want, we could do a little like maybe like a little Q&A. So I'm going to try to share my screen with you guys and let me know if you can see this okay. All right. You might not be able to see me anymore, but you might still be able to. We're going to see how this works out here. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, you can still see me. Awesome. All right, and I made it full screen. Sally said nothing is happening. Sally, can you see the screen? Give me some thumbs up if you guys can see my screen and you can see the beginning of the slideshow that says diluting essential oils. Okay, cool. Yes. All right. Okay, a few of you guys are telling me we're good. So let's go. Who is excited? All right. So just explained, we're going to talk just about diluting essential oils. Okay, guys, using essential oils topically. This is what this is referring to. Okay, guys, so why do we want to dilute essential oils? Okay, some, if you're just getting started, of you might not even know what diluting essential oils is. But we're going to talk about this and let's talk about all these things that I put on here. So properly diluting your essential oils actually provides a measure of safety. Okay, so against topical irritation, sensitivity, photosensitivity, and sensitization. These are all things that can happen if we use our essential oils topically without diluting. Let me know if you guys can still hear and see me, okay? All right, we want to avoid systemic toxicity. So many different types of toxicity. These are just a few that I mentioned here that can happen if we do not dilute our essential oils when we use them on our skin. And then also when we experience systemic toxicity, it might not even be obvious when this happens. So it's kind of scary, okay? Diluting your essential oils not only provides a good medium for your essential oil to absorb into the skin, but it actually spreads your essential oils over a larger surface of your skin for more of an effect, okay? So say for example, I've got a inflamed sore knee, okay? And I really want to use an essential oil, let's say peppermint, just for example's sake here. I really want to use peppermint on my knee, okay? And I've got 2 drops of peppermint. If I just use those 2 drops of peppermint right out of the bottle, right out of the essential oil bottle onto my skin, not only am I risking a reaction because your skin is actually very sensitive, but imagine the surface amount, like the surface area that 2 drops is going to cover. And then imagine putting those same 2 drops of peppermint essential oil into a teaspoon of liquid oil, so like coconut oil, and then putting that on your knee, and imagine how much more of a surface area it's going to cover, okay? It actually makes your essential oils go further and last longer, aka it saves you money, okay? And then carrier oils actually evaporate more slowly than water, obviously, right? We've got coconut oil and different kinds of carrier oils that we'll also talk about that actually trap the essential oil on the skin, okay? Essential oils are actually not a oily consistency. Essential oils do evaporate. So using a carrier oil actually helps them stay on your skin longer. All right, and then carrier oils, again, allow for essential oils to absorb more slowly into the skin. This allows for therapeutic effects of the essential oils to work for a greater length. So if you are using that carrier oil and it's sitting on your skin for a longer period of time, it's not evaporating as quickly, it's going to be working longer, okay? It's going to be going to work. So give me some thumbs up, guys, if you are following along with me, if everything that you're seeing here is interesting and we're ready to rock and roll. All right. So now let's talk about some types of carriers. Okay. So okay, you guys are giving me thumbs up. Yes. Okay. So there are many different types of carriers. Okay. Carrier oils, which these would fall into that category, right? Are fractionated coconut oil, which that fractionated word at the beginning of that little phrase there, fractionated, means that the fatty acids are actually fractioned out of the coconut oil. Therefore, it remains liquid, okay? It doesn't solidify like a raw coconut oil. So it stays liquid in liquid form. Jojoba oil, almond oil, argan oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, hemp seed oil, and rose hip oil, just to name a few. These are just a few of the types of carrier oils. And then carrier oils are actually not our only option, okay? For carriers, we can use fragrance-free lotions, we can use creams, butters like shea butter, coconut butter or cocoa butter, shampoos, conditioners, castile soaps, aloe jellies, just to name a few. Again, are some really amazing choices to dilute your essential oils. I just burned my finger the other day, and I don't know if you guys can still see it. I may have overreacted, but it blistered up, and I used some lavender oil in a aloe jelly to put on here because burns are just one example of something that could happen topically, right? That we want to use essential oils for, but I didn't want to use an oil. I didn't want to use a coconut oil or something that was going to trap in that burn. Whenever you get a burn, you want it to breathe. So aloe jellies are a great choice in situations like those when you want your skin to breathe. Hey, Jane. Awesome, Tracy. Awesome, Eleanor. All right, and we're going to talk about dilution percentages, okay? I know this is kind of confusing. Hopefully this will really help you guys with dilution percentages, because you hear, I feel like there's so much information out there about diluting essential oils that it's hard to keep up, and it's really easy to be confused with it all. Okay, so we are gonna like really break it down in this slideshow. Okay, so let's figure out what's the right dilution percentage for you. So how much you dilute actually depends on several different things, including these, but not limited to. But these are some of the major things you want to consider when you're trying to figure out what percentage you're going to use. Okay, the overall toxicity of the essential oil. And what that means is certain essential oils are recommended to be used at certain dilution percentages. So for example, peppermint is usually one that is recommended to be used at a lower percentage, a lower dilution percentage than say something like lavender. Okay, peppermint is more likely to cause irritation on the skin. Same thing with photosensitive essential oils like lemon and orange. Those are usually recommended to be diluted at lower percentages because of their photosensitivity. Okay, so your age, something to consider, right? Children, obviously we want to make lower dilution percentages for, along with the elderly, right? And then your health issues. So if you have any bleeding disorders, compromised immune systems, and things like that as well. If you're pregnant, breastfeeding, if you have sensitive skin, you might want to use a lower dilution if your skin is prone to be sensitive. And if you're using prescription drugs. Now, I did put a little disclaimer here. So usually this is only an issue if you are using essential oils orally, but it's still to be considered even when you're using your essential oils topically, okay? Even aromatically, anywhere way you use your essential oils, you should always take all of these bullet points, to be honest, into consideration, okay? And keep in mind that drops, for this next slide, guys, drops is not actually an exact measurement, okay? We can't know exactly how much a drop of essential oil is, okay? Since the drops depend on the size of the dropper that it's coming out of, the viscosity of the oil. Some oils are really thick, some oils are really thin, and then also the dilution rates presented on the next slide do not imply that each are safe for all essential oils, okay, in all situations. So these are just going to tell you what percentages we want to use our essential oils at, okay, in different situations. So, and this is just a general slideshow here. Hey, Nicole. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with percentages, okay? And I'm going to kind of start from low to high. And 1% dilution is on the lower scale. So the higher the number, percentage dilution, the more essential oils that are in there. Tell me if that makes sense. Shoot me some thumbs up. Show me some comments. Does that make sense? So for example, a 1% dilution is going to have less essential oils in it than a 10% dilution, okay? Shoot me some thumbs up if that makes sense, guys. And if in the comments, if you guys have any questions while we're going, please feel free to answer them. I can see all of your, or answer them, ask them. I can see all of your guys' comments. So for 1% dilution, is this actual dilution rate is recommended for children over the age of 2. Tracy, let me know if you have any questions. For over the age of 2, if you're using essential oils for facial applications, if you're using essential oils for a long period of time, long-term use, usually a couple months at a time. Okay, I'm getting some hearts. It looks like you guys got it. For daily use, like I just mentioned, and accessing the subtle energetic effects of the oil. Okay, so if you want a really subtle dilution, 1% is going to be your go-to. Okay, usually on Chase, obviously he's 3, so I obviously make sure that the essential oils that I'm using, if I do on him topically, are safe for him, are kid safe, but I always use a 1% dilution. All right, And this is what this is equal to, guys. So if you have 10, this is under the bullet points. And let me know if you guys are sticking with me here, if this makes sense. Okay. All right, Tracy, I just wanted to make sure I didn't say something confusing. All right, so if you have 10 milliliters or 2 teaspoons, that's equivalent, okay? If you have 10 milliliters, if you have a 10 milliliter bottle full of carrier oil, okay? Full of carrier oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, something like that, your 10 milliliter bottle is going to have 3 drops of essential oil in there to make a 1% dilution. Shoot me some thumbs up. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. Okay. And then if you have, for example, a 15 milliliter bottle, so if you have an empty 15 milliliter bottle, that is also the equivalent of 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon, you are going to use 4 drops of essential oil inside of that entire entire 15 milliliter bottle to make a 1% dilution. And then again, for the 30 milliliter, equivalent to 6 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons or 1 ounce, a lot of equivalents, but I put these here to make it easy for you guys. You're going to use 9 drops of essential oil. So if I have a 10 milliliter roller bottle that I want to make for Chase, for something that I want to use on Chase's skin for any situation, I'm going to use, let's just say it's lavender, for example. I'm going to take that empty 10 milliliter bottle and I'm going to drop 3 drops of lavender essential oil inside of that empty bottle. And then I'm going to fill the rest of it with carrier oil. Okay. Tracy, you start with an empty bottle, completely empty bottle. I'm making a 1% dilution for Chase. I have an empty 10 milliliter bottle. I'm dropping 3 drops of lavender essential oil in there, 3 drops, and I'm filling it the rest of the way with carrier oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, something like that. Give me some thumbs up if you guys follow. And then obviously you want to shake it, mix it up before you use it, and you've got a roller ball or a dropper, whatever it is you want to make, with a 1% dilution, okay? And again, if you have bigger bottles, you're going to use more drops, and that's what I put down here. By the way, if you guys, when we end this live, if you want a copy of our dilution chart, then just let me know. All right, and we're going to move through these slides, next slides, pretty quickly. All right, so 2% dilution is recommended for children, bath and whole body products like soaps and shower gels and bath bombs, things like that, okay? Lotions, and is really great for regular daily use of an essential oil. So this is always my recommendation when someone wants to make a dilution that they want to use every single day, okay? A normal, otherwise healthy adult, okay? 2% dilution is a really great, safe dilution rate if you are going to use something every single day. If you use a roller ball with lavender or chamomile or whatever it is every single day before you go to bed because it helps you sleep, a 2% dilution is going to be the generally safest dilution that you want to use, okay? And guys, all of this information that I have on here today is from our educational resources that are created by certified aromatherapists, okay? So I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. This is recommended by several certified aromatherapists, all of this information that we're going over today. I actually had one look over this slideshow before I decided to come on here and share it with you guys. And then 2 to 5% dilutions are fine to use with children under the age of 10 and over the age of 2, keep that in consideration, for spot treatments or acute situations. So a burn, a bug bite, something like that. Always start on the low end of the dilution recommendations and work your way up as needed, okay? So for a 2% dilution, if we have that same roller ball I used in the example before, if we have that same empty 10 milliliter roller ball, I'm going to use 6 drops of essential oil. And then I'm going to fill the rest of the way with carrier oil. And that's going to make a 2% dilution, okay? And then so on. The 15 milliliter bottle, we're going to use 9 drops. So if you guys notice from our last slide, I'm going to hop back really quickly. A 1% dilution in that 10 milliliter bottle is 3 drops A 2% dilution is 6 drops. We're just doubling the amount to make a 1% dilution a 2% dilution. And we could assume that doubling this amount for a 2% dilution, if we doubled this and made it 12 drops in a 10 milliliter, what percentage do you guys think that's going to make? Shoot me some comments. Just based on this here and based off what I just showed you, doubling a 1% dilution, 3 drops, we'll just use this example for this, 3 drops in a 10 milliliter, okay, makes a 1% dilution. The double that amount of drops of essential oil, 6 drops in a 10 milliliter, and that makes a 2% dilution. So shoot me some comments and tell me, what do you guys think? If we put 12 drops, if we doubled the amount of drops here in the same 10 milliliter empty bottle, what dilution percentage is that going to give us? Eleanor says 4. Maggie says 4. Yeah, girls. You got it. Okay, so right. If we double the amount of essential oil in a 2% dilution in the same size bottle, we're going to get double the dilution percentage, okay? Awesome. Okay, you guys are following. This is awesome. And tell me if this is helping you guys. 3% dilution, we're going to talk about next. This is a rate recommended for specific localized discomfort, okay? So if you've got a sore knee, a sore lower back, something, and keep in mind this is something if you're using it for a longer period of time, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy. Well, you can at least re-watch this. It'll be on our page. So if you guys are having trouble focusing, put some rosemary and peppermint in your diffuser and re-watch the replay when you're ready to focus. Okay. So 3% dilution is, again, for specific, really localized discomfort, okay? Yes. All right, you guys are loving it. So in a 10 milliliter bottle, we're going to use 9 drops of essential oil. In an empty 15 milliliter bottle, we're going to use 13 drops of essential oil. All of these to get to that 3% dilution rate. And then in a 30 milliliter or 1 ounce, it's equivalent. 30 milliliters equals 1 ounce. In that size empty bottle, we're going to use 27 drops to get a 3% dilution, okay? 5% dilution is really recommended for short-term use. Specific concerns, no longer than 2 weeks, okay? So say you sprained your ankle, or, well, I wouldn't go as far as like spraining. Maybe you twisted your ankle. Okay. Twisted your ankle, or like my burn, right? I burnt my finger. I know this blister is probably not going to be there for longer than 2 weeks. If you slept on your neck weird and you've got a crick in your neck, it's probably not going to last longer than 2 weeks. Hopefully it's going to last even shorter if you're using some essential oils to help with it. But if you've got something like that going on, feel free to bump up your dilution rate to 5%, as long as you're not going to use that little dilution bottle, whatever it is you're mixing it in, for longer than 2 weeks. And what I mean by that is every single day. Okay. If you're going to use it every single day for 2 weeks. Obviously, if you are using something once a week, and you're not using it every single day, we're going to talk about that. But this is just for those short-term kind of situations, okay? Let me know if you guys are following. And then for the 10 milliliter, these are just the amount of drops. Again, 15 drops, 15 milliliters, you're going to use 22 drops, and 30 milliliters, you're going to use 45 drops. And the dilution chart that I can send you guys if interested, just shoot me a message here on Facebook, or just email me and say, hey, Lauren, I want the dilution chart, and I'll send it right to you. Has all of these measurements worked out for you. So you can figure out, based on the size bottle you have, how many drops you need to put in there to get the dilution percentage that you want to, okay? Rosemary and peppermint, Donna. Rosemary and peppermint smell so amazing together. I use that combination so often. It's almost always at my desk because it's really great to help with focus, memory, energy, all the things you need when studying. If you have kids under the age of 8, then you can use spearmint instead of that peppermint. But I love, love, love that combination. All right, and then we're gonna jump right up to 10% dilution, recommended for small areas of concern or acute situations, okay? Maybe it's a pimple, maybe it's a little scrape you've got on your foot, maybe it's a little skinny or bug bite, you know, something like that, something very small, a small area of concern. In really acute situations, you're going to use 30 drops in a 10 milliliter bottle, 45 in a 15, and 90 drops in a 30 milliliter or 1 ounce. All right, here's the dilution chart for you guys to look at. Don't feel like you have to say this because this is exactly what I will send you if you message me. Diane, please send me a private message. Your guys' comments kind of get, like after I get off of here, kind of get just jumbled around. So if you'd like this dilution chart, please private message me on this Facebook page after we get off of here, or send me an email at support@naturallymadeessentials.com, okay? And I will send a copy of this dilution chart for you. And I actually created this. I made it hopefully to make the most sense for you guys, okay? So let's talk about different dilution percentages to use for different things. So we talked about this a little briefly, but let's just go over this quickly again. So if you're using essential oils in your facial products or in your cosmetics, you're going to want to use a 0.2% dilution, 0.2, not 2%, 0.2% to 1.5%. If you're using it for a massage, 1.5 to 3%. If you're using it in bath and body products, 1 to 4%. Specific problems, 4 to 10%. And pain and wounds, 5 to 20%. 20 is like an extreme. If you're using it on a small area that you're in a lot of pain for or something like that, when you like really, really need it for less than 2 weeks, obviously. And this is just kind of summarizing what we just went over, what we just talked about, the different situations that dilution percentages are appropriate for. All right. So a good rule of thumb is to use 1 drop of essential oil per teaspoon of carrier oil for a 1% dilution. This is actually a little tiny bit less than a 1% dilution, just because, again, guys, a drop is not like an exact measurement, but this is just the closest rule of thumb. If you're in a pinch, you don't have an empty bottle that you're using something for, you know, you've just got something going on that you want to mix right in, you know, the palm of your hand, okay? If you've got a teaspoon of carrier oil, if you drop 1 drop in your hand with that teaspoon of carrier oil, then it's going to make a 1% dilution. And then if you drop 2 drops in that same teaspoon, you're going to have a 2% dilution, okay? And then for a 0.5, not 5, but a 0.5% dilution, because you can't measure half of a drop, you would just increase the amount of carrier oil used. So if 1 drop in 1 teaspoon, 1 drop of essential oil in 1 teaspoon of essential oil is 1%. If we want to cut that 1% in half to make it a 0.5%, we're going to use 2 teaspoons of carrier oil and 1 drop. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. Shoot me some thumbs up, some hearts, and let me know if that makes sense. So if you're trying to get a 0.25% dilution, that's a fourth of a 1% dilution. Tell me in the comments how you guys are going to do that. If you're trying to get a 0.25% dilution, how many drops are you going to use per how much carrier oil? Shoot me what you guys think in the comments. Take a guess. Anybody? So I just told you guys 1% dilution is 1 drop of carrier oil for every teaspoon. Yeah, Amy's got it. All right. So 1% dilution is going to be 1 drop every teaspoon. A 0.5% dilution is going to be 1 drop every 2 teaspoons. And a 0.25%, okay, is going to be 1 drop for every 4 teaspoons of carrier oil. Good job. All right. And then here are just some situations for children. Okay, diluting with children. This is very important, especially to me as a mother, educating and helping you guys, whether you're mothers, you are grandmothers, you just care for some children, even if children are in your life and you're using essential oils with them, any kind of way topically. I want you to know this because it is very important. So children ages 0 to 3 months, okay, infants, 0.1, okay, 0.1% to 0.2%. This equals 1 to 2 drops of essential oil, okay, 1 to 2 drops of essential oil per 1 ounce of carrier oil. Okay, and this is when being used for the whole body application, okay? For spot usage, you can bump it up to 3 to 9 drops of essential oil per 1 ounce of carrier oil. Children ages 3 to 24 months, okay, 3 months to 2 years old, a general dilution of 0.25% to 0.5%. So 2 to 4 drops of essential oil for every 1 ounce of carrier oil when it's using for whole body application. Spot usage, you can again bump it up a little bit here in this situation for ages 3 months to 24 months to 9 to 27 drops per 1 ounce of carrier oil. And then children ages 2 to 6, we recommend a general dilution of 1 to 2% or 9 to 18 drops of essential oil for every 1 ounce of carrier oil. For spot usage, 9 to 45 drops, okay? Per 1 ounce, okay? 1 ounce, that's 30 milliliters. And then obviously with children, it's not recommended that essential oils be used topically on premature infants. If wanting to use essential oils on children under the age of 2 years, consult with a certified aromatherapist or medical professional to help you decide if this is the safest and most effective course of action, okay? Always, 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 always consult with a professional beforehand. And this is just my own personal opinion, okay? This is my own personal opinion. And this opinion is based off of advice that I have received from many, many professionals, certified aromatherapists, holistic doctors. I do not use essential oils on my child. Again, this is my opinion, but I do not use essential oils on the skin of my child to take precautionary measures. I do not do that. I only use essential oils on Chase topically when something comes up, when there's actually something going on. Okay, he's got a scrape, he's got a cut. I do not use essential oils topically for preventing sickness or to get him to go to sleep, or unless he's having problems sleeping, okay, right? If he's sleeping fine, like I'm not going to use an essential oil on him when it's not necessary. And that again is just my own opinion, and I would like to share that with you guys. But again, it is based off of much advice that I've received from certified aromatherapists. Okay, I decided not to use essential oils topically with my child for preventative measures. Aromatically, maybe here and there, not topically. Okay, precautions to consider if you're on a course of treatment. Again, we talked about this a little bit earlier. Prescribed medication, epilepsy, asthma, compromised immune system, pregnant, breastfeeding, or if you have any doubts about how an essential oil may negatively affect your health, you want to seek advice from your physician. Always, always, always first and foremost. And then the saying, I'd rather be safe than sorry, should be taken seriously, especially when we're using essential oils, okay? Applying essential oils directly to the skin without proper dilution increases the risk of adverse reactions significantly, okay? And then keeping safe use of essential oils in mind, always use the lowest dilution possible that gives you effective results, okay? So always start on the low end, even if it's something that, you know, comes up and you might think that you'll only need to use it for 2 weeks, start with a 2% dilution. It might work, okay? And if it doesn't, bump it up to a 5%, but always start on the lower end, because if that 2% dilution works and it's effective, then you just saved yourself from using more essential oils than you had to, okay? And you're just wasting at that point. So always do that. If you are concerned about a negative reaction to a new essential oil, so one that you've never tried before, maybe you got an essential oil from a new brand, we always recommend conducting a patch test. So for the first time use of an essential oil, really safe practice to do is this patch test, and it's to place a drop of diluted essential oil to a small area of skin, such as the inside of the elbow right here. And then after application, be aware, just pay attention to it, of adverse reactions for the first 24 hours. Possible reactions can include skin irritation, headache, nausea, respiratory complaints, or dizziness, okay? So always conduct a patch test just in case when you're using something new. And that's it, guys. All right, so I'm gonna stop my share and come back on here. So hopefully that was super helpful for you guys. I am anyone who sends me a message or emails me, I will send you the dilution chart right away so you have it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Those of you who are still here, hopefully this helps anyone who has had questions about diluting essential oils. Lately, I've been getting so many questions, and using essential oils topically is so effective. It's one of the, I mean, besides not ingesting, using them aromatically, it's really great. It's really effective for physical symptoms. So if you've got, a sore back, I have herniated discs in my back that I suffer from pain from now and again. So I love to use essential oils topically that way. If I've got a burn or something going on, it's a really great way to utilize our essential oils. And I want to make sure that if you guys want to utilize your essential oils in this way, that you are doing it the safest way possible. So that's why I wanted to hop on here and give you guys this information. Yes. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Sue, Donna, Eleanor. Okay. So it sounds like you guys really enjoyed this information. I'm going to try to do this more often. I just found out that I could do this and share a slideshow with you guys from Zoom onto the Facebook page. So I'm going to start doing this way more often now, because it is such an effective way to share information. I am a super visual person. I need to see it either written down, or I need to, for it to process, I need to see it written down, explained, or actually done in front of me, if that makes sense, to comprehend and process information. I'm super visual. I cannot just listen to somebody talk about something or lecture about something and grasp all that information. And that's just me. But I know a lot of people are the same way. So hopefully this was good for you guys. If you enjoyed the slideshow, let me know. Let me know. And let's help out Stacy. So you guys who are still here on this live, Stacy just asked, what is a good oil for back pain? So if you guys do use essential oils for that situation, why don't you in the comments let Stacy know what works for you. For me, I have herniated discs in my back, and I suffer from pain from those, and I find our Relief Extreme blend super effective. I literally have it at my side at all times. This is the Enemy Relief. It might be backwards, but the Enemy Relief Extreme. It's cooling. It's good for inflammation, good for not only pain, but sore muscles. This is my go-to. I use it topically, diluted, of course, but this is my go-to. All right. And then the essential oils that are in here, just so if you'd like to know, are chamomile, oregano, peppermint, wintergreen, hoewood, and osmanthus. Absolute. All right. So I am so happy that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you guys want more of these. Shoot me some hearts, some likes, and we'll do more of these like live classes. Usually this is something, to be honest. So since I had this slideshow, I mean, I technically put it together, but the information that I have on that slideshow that I just shared with you guys, I had prepared by a certified aromatherapist. Sometimes I would even have a certified aromatherapist like hop on here with me to do a class, and I record it. And this is honestly something that we charge for most of the time. If you are new to us, if we are Naturally Made Essentials, I am all for free education. I am all for helping you guys, and I give you guys as much free knowledge and education as I can on our page. And but obviously if I have to commission somebody to like help me do something, or most of the time I have to commission somebody, if it's a certified aromatherapist or a professional, to do a video or do a class with me, obviously I'm going to pay them for their time, right? They're professionals. So I do normally charge a small fee, but this one and all the ones that are going to be coming up, I am just going to put together and I'm going to share with you guys for free on here, because I know this is a time where a lot of us are kind of in an unknown right now. A lot of us are dealing with certain things, and I feel like it's needed. It is information that is helpful to people who maybe still want to use essential oils, but can't afford to, watch a class or pay for a course or something like that. So that's why I'm going to share it with you guys here. And I'm super excited about it. So Kathy, there are many different essential oil brands that offer really great quality essential oils. You always want to make sure you're looking for 100% pure essential oils from a company, and that the company is third-party testing and providing you with those test results. I use our brand. So our brand is Naturally Made Essentials. That is the page that you're on right now. We offer essential oils, essential oil jewelry, accessories, educational products, anything that you might need in those categories. So Naturally Made Essentials is where you're at now. And then Stacy, so Stacy, you asked about pain. Gladys says she uses frankincense for pain. And our frankincense roll-on is really great for pain, inflammation, anything like that. So frankincense is a good one. Thank you, Gladys, for your advice. I love to get different opinions because I'm just one person. And I can tell you what works best for me, but every single person is different. Everyone's body is going to respond differently to essential oils. Just keep that in mind when you're using essential oils. Everyone's going to react differently. Okay, so what works for one person might not work for you, and you might need to ask a plethora amount of people, a plethora of people to understand or experiment. It took honestly, guys, a lot of experimenting for me to figure out what essential oils work best for me. So don't feel scared to experiment. Don't get discouraged if you try something and it doesn't work. Just know there are hundreds, if not thousands, of essential oils out there with so many, I can't even count how many benefits there are to essential oils out there. So just know that there is something out there that can help you. Yay! Sue got her packages yesterday. Sue, what did you get? Angela just got her car clip. Yeah, girl, I love my car clip. I use it all the time. I have orange in mine right now. Thank you, Christina. Christina says she loves our jewelry and our car clips. Thank you. I am so glad that you guys are enjoying your items. And if you're new here, welcome. I can't remember if I introduced myself at the beginning of this video, but better late than never, I guess. My name's Lauren Gamble. I'm the founder of Naturally Made Essentials, and I am here live with you guys. I just talked about diluting essential oils. If you guys watch the replay, hashtag replay. So I know that you guys are rewatching this video. It'll be posted on our page. So you guys, if you didn't catch us live in action, don't worry, you didn't miss out. All this information will be available on our page forever. So I'm going to head off. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Enjoy your day. It's beautiful here. Hopefully it's beautiful where you are at. Get outside if you can. Get some fresh air. Take a walk if you're able. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. If you guys want to hop over to naturallymadeessentials.com and check out what we've got, I will post a comment. It'll come from Lauren Gamble because that is my name. And that's the Facebook that I'm on right now. But if you guys want to hop over to naturallymadeessentials.com, then you can find everything that we've got. We do have an oil sale that's going on. So if you are in the market for essential oils, our pure essential oils are on sale. Today is the last day of that sale. You don't need a discount code or anything else to get that discount, to get the sale prices. It's already discounted. So head over to the website if you guys want to look and let us know if you have any questions. Again, feel free to shoot me a message or an email whenever you guys have questions or need anything, and I'd be happy to help. I always try to get back to you guys like as soon as possible. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Bye, guys. I gotta figure out how to turn this off. Okay, I got it.